Gaslight play, originally written in 1938 by Patrick Hamilton. Now there is a warning here. The themes in this play involve mental illness and dysfunctional relationships, persecution, and even though there will be some somewhat comical moments, since we all know who wrote it, the theme in this play is not to be taken lightheartedly. The story presented here is not to be taken lightly. The word gaslighting became a popular meme, and today is thrown around lightheartedly as a joke, but the Merriam-Webster Dictionary definition of the word says, gaslighting is the psychological manipulation of a person, usually over an extended period of time, that causes the victim to question the validity of their own thoughts, perception of reality, or memories, and typically leads to confusion, loss of confidence and self-esteem, uncertainty of one's emotional and mental stability, and a dependency on the perpetrator. It isn't funny, it is dangerous. I want to point out that in our show, the bad guy loses, and that is a good thing. Ladies and gentlemen, the Western Heights acting troupe proudly presents Gaslight.
Finally! It took you long enough.
I'm sorry, mistress. I was finishing up my duties here in the parlor.
I was waiting out there for hours. Hours, I tell you. I was about to give up and go find a burly constable to come break down the door for me.
My apologies. I only just heard the bell. Can I help you with your bags?
Of course. You know, it is a wonder why the master and the missus don't give me the key of my own.
It is a wonder.
What am I? Chopped liver? A potted plant? Maybe I should go down to the Whitechapel district and meet Mr. Leather Apron himself. It would serve them right for treating me like this in my own home.
The master and the missus have been very kind to us, both of us. They allow us to stay here in their home. If I may say, when they found you lying in a gutter and took you off the streets, and then put a roof over your head, and then...
Let's not talk about it.
They have been very nice to you. I may be bold in saying that without them, you would still be waggling your wares at any possible Johnny-come-lately.
My wares are none of your business.
Whatever, Mary.
You know, the master and missus aren't even aware of that.
Oh, they know. Believe me.
Victoria, have you seen my other slippers?
I believe they're at the foot of the bed, ma'am.
Now, take these back to my rooms and keep dusting the gaslights. They aren't going to dust themselves, you know.
Mary, I was concerned you were coming in late this evening. Were you out with that nice boy you've been talking about? George, was it?
George? George was yesterday's news. He was too concerned with the kerfuffle over in America about the opening up of the Indian lands with those silly land runs they have.
Land runs? Goodness. I believe Hobbes had it correct when he said that those types of people are nasty, brutish, and short. So, if not dating George, who then?
His name is William. He's tall, dark, handsome, and he has a really well-endowed checkbook. I suppose I shall be seeing him tomorrow and overmorrow if I have anything to say about it. He buys me the most wonderful things. See, all I have to do is...
Yes?
It doesn't matter. Hey, did you find your slippers?
Clearly I did not. I don't know where they've run off to.
Perhaps it was for the best. They were hideous.
Mary! That is not nice. I'll have you know those are my favorite slippers. They comfort me when all else fails. And it seems like a lot of things have been failing recently. Like my memory.
Pish posh. You are too young to have memory problems. It's more likely that Victoria moved them. You know, I think our maid has gotten a little lackadaisical in her chores. I mean, have you seen this place?
You don't say. Perhaps she needs assistance in her duties? I know a certain ward who was rescued off the street that might give her a little help.
You know, actually, Victoria's doing aces, just aces. I've never seen a cleaner parlor in some time. Now, if you'll excuse me, I think I'll go to bed.
Good night, Mary. Where are you? Wait, what in the world are you doing up there?
Can't you see I'm busy, Elizabeth?
I'm sorry to interrupt. I just thought that maybe you'd seen my other slipper.
Why would I know where your slippers are? For that matter, why do you even separate them?
I don't separate them. I put it and the other one at the foot of my bed, just like I always do.
Did you?
Did I what?
Put the slippers at the foot of the bed?
That's what I just told you.
And is the mantelpiece near the foot of the bed?
Of course not. Don't be abstruse.
Well, then how did that slipper get there?
I don't know.
And is it on the couch cushions?
No.
On the coffee table?
Obviously not.
Have you checked the mantelpiece again?
Stop making fun of me.
I'm not making fun of you. I'm being concerned for you.
You aren't being very concerning. You're being condescending.
Well, I'm sorry, dear. I've just noticed that over the past several weeks, you've been having more and more...
What? More and more what, Charles? Bad spells? Misfortunes? Situations? Catastrophes?
I was going to say issues with your memory. Maybe you should lie down for the evening, Elizabeth.
No, I think I'll be all right.
Madam Elizabeth, I have found your other slipper
Where was it?
at the foot of the bed.
But no, but it wasn't. Charles, did you see it when you came through that way?
Truthfully, I wasn't focused on the slippers at the time. Speaking of time, I need to be off.
Charles, it's late. Where do you go in the evening?
I'm going out. That's all you need to know. Now, while Victoria has your other slipper, I suggest you tape both of them to your feet. Elsewise, we'll find them in the pot stove in the morning. And then, see if you can find that grocery bill you misplaced.
I told you, I don't know where it is.
Well, please find it before I return. Elsewise, I'll be extremely put out.
Victoria, you must help me find the grocery bill.
Ma'am?
The other day, Charles came home from the store and he gave me the grocery bill to place in our receipts repository at the end of the week. He needs to balance the bills, you know. But I know I put it in there. I know I did, but the next morning he asked me what I'd done with it, so I went to show him, and
It was missing?
yes. I placed it right on top. There's no doubt.
Then where did it go?
I'm telling you, I don't know!
Should I get you a bit of brandy to calm your nerves, ma'am?
No, Victoria, I think I'll be fine. But you know, the grocery bill isn't the only thing that's disappeared.
Ma'am?
I shouldn't be telling you this, but other things have been either missing or misplaced.
Ma'am?
Picture frames, like the one of my Aunt Anne. I remember it being just on the other side of the mantelpiece, but now it's gone.
Yes, I noticed that as well. I was wondering where it had gotten off to.
I asked Charles if he knew what happened to it, but he denied even knowing there was a photo of my aunt. I mean, I know men typically don't care about silly little things like pictures, but this one was special.
I haven't seen it.
You know, she told me not to marry Charles. She said that our 2-week whirlwind engagement marriage was not proper. She said that since he was 20 years my senior, that he was only marrying me to get closer to the center of London for his business ventures. I'd like to think that if she got the chance to meet him in person, that she'd approve.
Yes, ma'am.
I know he loves me. He's got to. He gave me this beautiful brooch to wear as my wedding present.
A brooch, ma'am?
Yes, it was in the shape of the bell from the clock tower. When you opened it, there was an engraving of the date when the bell was cast.
33 years ago, 1856.
I didn't know you knew your English history so well, Victoria.
Ma'am, I was born in that year and named after the bell.
The bell was cast as Big Ben.
Interestingly enough, the first clock tower that was named Victoria. My mother named me shortly after.
I didn't know that.
If you do, this is why more people should pay attention to their history teachers.
Indeed, they're very underappreciated. Here's the thing. Just the other day, Charles and I came home from the opera, and I took off the brooch and I put it in my jewelry box for safekeeping. I know I did. And then, a few days later, I went to get a pair of earrings, and I noticed that the brooch wasn't in the jewelry box anymore.
Where did you find it?
I haven't found it. I don't suppose you know where it is, Victoria. I know you've only been in our employ for a fortnight, but perhaps you've dusted all the little nooks and crannies? Please tell me you found it.
No, ma'am. Perhaps your husband moved it?
Why would Charles be in my jewelry box?
You're right, ma'am. It is more likely that Mary may have moved it.
Victoria, I know you and Mary do not get along as well as I would have liked, but there's no reason to accuse my ward of theft.
I'm sorry, ma'am, but if the master didn't move it, and Mary didn't move it, and I didn't move it, then...
Of course, it means my memory is playing tricks on me again! Will you please see to whomever that is? I can't imagine who it could be this late. It's nearly 8 o'clock.
Ma'am, this is Detective Edward Webb.
Detective Webb, my husband has just gone out for the evening.
Yes, I know. I was hiding in the bushes.
Excuse me?
Oh, it would have been awkward for him to see us talking with one another, yes?
I don't follow.
It's hard to talk about somebody behind their back when their front is present in the same room.
I don't understand.
Here. 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 You know, I'm thinking I'd like a sandwich. Ham and cheese. No! Peanut butter and banana. Here. Here. Be here. Thank you. Now, where were we?
We weren't anywhere. In fact, I believe you've taken some liberties with my maid that are inappropriate without my husband being.
And when will he be back?
Anytime. I suggest you take all of your belongings and leave.
But I haven't had my sandwich yet.
But my husband!
He won't be back for at least an hour, or at least that's his usual method of operation, is it not?
Have you been following him?
Well, of course. He's the prime suspect, after all.
Prime suspect for what?
The prime suspect for the investigation I'm conducting. Try to keep up.
Keep up? I feel as if you have been having this conversation for the past hour, and I am only now privy to the gist of it.
Where does your husband keep the good liquor?
I'm going to ask you to leave. My husband is a law-abiding citizen and would never do whatever you're accusing him of doing, Detective.
Detective Webb. No relation.
No relation to who?
No relation to the Mr. Webb who swum the English Channel a few years back.
Why would you think that I thought you were related to a swimmer?
But I'm not related to him. I just told you that. Memory problems?
Actually, I do have a bit of a... Why are you here?
It's a bit dim in here. Do you think we could turn up the gas lamp? Actually, oh, yes. And here's the liquor. You seem like you might need a snip to take the edge off. One finger or two.
This is highly indecorous. You cannot just barge into somebody's residence and take all manner of liberties with everything they own.
That's where the body was laying.
Excuse me?
The body. She was laying like so. Her neck was at an awkward angle, well, on account of it being broken by her attacker. You know, now that I think about it, her position of rigor mortis was so gruesome, it rivals what's going down in the Whitechapel right now. In fact, top 3 worst positions of rigor mortis that I've seen in my 3 decades of police work.
All of this in this house? You must be mistaken.
No, I remember it quite clearly. That was the week that we were celebrating the opening of the Suez Canal.
What does that have to do with anything?
Well, isn't it interesting how memories can be attached to events that have no effect on other events whatsoever? So, okay, where were you during the opening of the Suez Canal?
How would I know? I was 5 years old.
And where was your husband, Charles?
I don't know. We don't talk about his past too often.
Now, he would have been about 25 years old at the time, yes?
I suppose.
Okay. And he was married to his first wife, yes?
That's right. Her name was Diana.
Charles and Diana. A quaint couple. But as you know, an evil befell upon them.
Yes, she died in a terrible accident.
Indeed, an accident, you said?
I don't know all the details, but Charles was stricken with horrible grief. Anytime I ask about it, he refuses to talk about it.
Or perhaps it wasn't an accident after all.
Let's not dredge up ghosts of the past. I have enough ghosts I'm dealing with in the present.
Ghosts of the past, ghosts of the present. If we add ghosts of the future, it's going to be turned positively Dickensian.
Now you're making fun of my condition.
No, not at all. I'm very interested in your present-day ghosts.
I hear them at night.
Well, it's the best time for ghosts.
I hear them walking around upstairs.
Yeah.
Perhaps it's the ghost of the dead lady who was murdered in this very room.
Why was she murdered?
Well, perhaps the reason that most people are murdered. Either the killer wanted something from the victim or wanted the victim to stop doing something.
Which was it?
Well, we believe that the killer was after the victim's jewels.
Jewels?
Yes. You see, do you recall how Lord Elgin went from Britain down to Greece and stole the marbles right off the frieze of the Parthenon in Athens?
That was about 70 years ago, right?
It was, very good. He took those marbles, he took them back to London, and he sold them to the British Museum of History for £35,000. He then converted that money into diamonds.
Oh yes, I know. The Elgin marbles are one of the most famous acquisitions in the museum. Charles has taken me to see them several times, in fact. Every time we go into that particular wing of the museum, he always admonishes me to remain quiet. In an odd way, it's like the marbles are a religious shrine to him.
Really? That's interesting. It's beginning to make sense. So let's get back to those ghosts that you hear.
Every evening, around the same time, I'd say 8:30 or so, I hear thumping and scraping above my head, coming from the room in the attic.
And what do you do, or what do you notice when you go up to investigate?
I'm not allowed.
You're not allowed to investigate a noise in your own house?
The door's locked. The only one who has a key is Charles. He's told me that on no account am I to ever go into that room.
Did he give you a reason?
Because I forbid it.
And what does he say when he gets home to investigate the noises?
He doesn't. He's always out in the evenings for a few hours, as you know.
And what does he say when you tell him about the noises that you hear?
He believes that I am imagining it. I've even stopped bringing the matter up because he's very, very angry when I do so. He's been getting angry quite a lot recently.
Why is that?
I'm having problems with my memory. I keep losing things, misplacing things. I keep moving objects with no recollection of doing so, even though there's irrefutable proof that I am the one doing it.
Irrefutable, that's a big word. There's no other possibilities? Give me an example.
Just this evening, I found a slipper on the mantelpiece. Why would I have put my slipper on the mantelpiece? And why would I have put only one slipper there and not both slippers?
Where was the other slipper?
At the foot of my bed. But it wasn't there when I looked. And then it was there when my maid, Victoria, came to the room.
What other things have been missing?
Grocery bills, photos, a brooch that was my wedding day present.
All gone?
Gone. And my husband is getting furiouser and furiouser about me losing things.
Curiouser and curiouser. Say, that brooch, was it in the shape of the bell from the clock tower of London?
How on earth would you know a thing like that?
I've seen it in this very room.
How is that possible?
It was attached to the chemise of the dead lady. Her name was Diana.
Just like my aunt's name.
In fact, exactly like her aunt's name.
You said she had jewels?
Yes, when Lord Elgin passed away, his estate bequeathed the diamonds to her.
35,000 pounds.
Yes. If I'm doing the math correctly, 35,000 pounds is about 7 million American dollars in the year 2023.
That's an odd statement.
It's a reference point for all the ghosts that are listening to us.
Let's not talk about the ghosts anymore.
When Diana died, the diamonds were lost. We don't know where they were. In fact, we believe that the killer is still looking to them to this very day.
Where would he look? Surely they've been found by now.
No, we believe that they haven't. In fact, we believe that he searches high and low, especially high, but he has yet to find them.
The killer is looking for the diamonds in my attic?
Perhaps, maybe we'll catch him red-handed.
Maybe. He's there. Right this very second.
How do you know?
Did you see the gaslight dim?
I suppose it dimmed a little bit.
Whoever's up there must have turned on the light in the attic.
Oh, yes. They turned on the switch, which caused the flow of gas to compensate with the rest of the... Well, that's very clever of you. Yes, of course. Now, if we just had a key to the attic door, you have a spare.
There's no spare.
There's no spare. I can't tell you how many times a spare key has been beneficial to me in my line of work. A spare in the desk over there, perhaps?
I wouldn't know. That desk is also locked.
You know, maybe if I had the right tool, do you happen to have a screwdriver in the house by chance?
I'm not sure, but the maid might have one in her room.
Would you go fetch it for me, please?
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Excuse me. You are?
I'm the ghost of Lord Elgin, reclaiming my marbles.
You've lost your marbles?
I've lost my diamonds.
Diamonds? How many are we talking?
Oh, a few perfect stones worth a king's ransom.
Perfect stones for a perfect lady.
Perfect stones for a bunch of perfect marbles.
We playing for keeps or we playing for fair?
Shooter's choice.
I prefer the knuckling down position for the shooter.
So we're playing for keeps.
I always play for keeps.
Well, you are Miss Mary, the ward of Charles and Elizabeth, are you not?
A ward? That is not a nice thing to call someone you just met.
Oh, but no, I've been watching you from the bushes.
My very own stalker! How charming.
No, collateral stalking at best.
Collateral stalking?
Yes, I've been stalking other people and you just happen to be in the way.
That is too bad. I thought I had my very own stalker. Now, let's get back to a girl's best friend.
Oh yes, the diamonds. Do you know where they are?
If I knew where a few perfect stones were, would I be living as a ward in this house?
It would be a convenient alibi for sure.
I do not know where any diamonds are. But if you come over here to the couch, we could look through the cushions together.
Why? I am 3 times your age, and I'm not interested in looking through any couch cushions with you.
That's too bad. You look like you have the means to support someone on your arm.
This arm? Let's see, the one that's holding this badge?
Scotland Yard! I didn't realize you were a copper.
Me hiding in the bushes stalking people didn't give you a clue?
In my line of work, I see a lot of people in the bushes.
Did you hear that?
The sound of something like heavy furniture scraping across the attic floor?
Yes.
I'm used to it.
Well, what is your opinion?
Elizabeth thinks there are ghosts in the attic.
But what do you think?
I think that if there are ghosts in the attic, as long as they leave me alone, I will leave them alone.
You know, I think I'm going to go put my ear to the door and see what I think.
Victoria, I just had the strangest conversation.
The conversation with Detective what?
If he was a little less quirky, he'd be dreamy.
He's a little old for you.
Yes, but there are diamonds involved.
It is always something with you. Where is the good detective?
He went up to go listen to the attic door.
He's not allowed up there.
I wasn't gonna stop him. Hello, diamonds!
I'll go bring him a sandwich.
No, I'll do it. You are not gonna steal the diamonds from under my nose.
There are no diamonds.
Of course you would say that.
Would you see the detective left his sandwich, please?
Absolutely.
Mary, I thought you were going to bed.
No, I thought I'd make myself a snack first.
A sandwich.
Yep.
It looks like a peanut butter and banana sandwich.
Does it? Yes, that's exactly what this is.
Is that your sandwich?
Who else's sandwich would it be?
Who else's sandwich would it be?
What do you know?
What do you know?
I know that if I play my cards right, I will not only have a full house of aces over eights, but I will be the queen of hearts and be simply flush with diamonds.
That's a strange poker hand. I don't think that's your sandwich.
Are you calling my bluff?
Take a bite. He's there, right this very second.
Who?
He's coming home earlier than usual. Charles, and I saw him from the grocery bill.
You go search in the bedroom. I'll look out here.
Oh, okay.
Mary, where's Elizabeth?
Office looking for some grocery bill.
A grocery bill? What are it for?
I don't know. She seemed concerned that you were coming home and...
Oh, yeah, that grocery bill. She'll never find it.
She's been losing a lot of things recently. Have you noticed?
Yes, I'm well aware of the things she has lost. In fact, I believe there's a couple of things that she's lost she hasn't even known about yet.
How do you know?
Can you keep a secret?
Of course. I mean, I've kept the secret of our little relationship, haven't I?
I told you never to talk about that out loud, Mary.
I mean, come on. There's no one here but us. No one can hear us. Give us a little buzz.
Mary, I don't have the time right now.
You hardly ever have the time for me anymore. Maybe it's time I go start looking for someone else to play marble and chill with.
Marbles? Why'd you use that word?
I don't know. I was just thinking about marbles. And diamonds.
What do you know about diamonds? Who have you been talking to?
Charles, nobody! No one, I swear! Stop it! You're hurting me!
I'm sorry, Mary. I've been having a rough day. Now, why'd you use marbles and diamonds?
It was just a turn of phrase. Why? What is so important?
Can you keep a secret?
We've already covered that.
I'm looking for diamonds.
Aren't we all?
But I believe I know where some are located.
Tell me.
When I find them, you'll be the first to know.
I look really good in diamonds, you know.
Yes, I'm sure you do. But for now, we need to keep this little secret about us and the diamonds away from Elizabeth.
I haven't said anything.
Yes, and that's good. But I've been thinking about giving you a more proactive role. Something to throw her off the scent.
You've been throwing her off the scent?
I'll explain it to you with a drink.
Ooh, then maybe we can come back by way of the bushes.
Maybe.
Actually, you know what? Let's start with the bushes. This talk of diamonds has got me all Twitter-hated.
Oh, my sandwich, steward.
You have already had a sandwich. Don't be greedy.
I have not had a sandwich. That's the opposite of greedy. That's needy.
You were given a sandwich several minutes ago.
I was not given a sandwich. That... Is that my sandwich? In the rubbish?
That was a perfectly decent sandwich. You shouldn't have thrown it away.
I didn't!
I am not making you another one.
I didn't throw away the sandwich. It looks like it would have been a perfectly decent meal.
I do, however, have something else for you.
Oh, wait. An MLT, a mutton, lettuce, and tomato sandwich where the mutton is just lean and the tomato is just
A
right.
screwdriver.
A vodka and orange? I don't think so.
This screwdriver.
Oh, yes, thank you. Be a dear, and go tell Elizabeth that there's about to be some breaking and entering. She's not going to want to miss it.
I see Victoria gave you the screwdriver. What are you going to do with it?
I'm about to break the lock.
The door to the attic?
No, I looked at that lock. It's beyond my current abilities without my special tools. No, I'm thinking about this lock right here.
Can you break in and make sure Charles can't tap?
My dear lady, before I became an inspector with Scotland Yard, I envisioned myself to be an expert cat burglar.
You can pick locks that well.
Yes, and also because I have 8 lives.
9 lives?
8 lives. And I don't want to talk about it. Just give me a second here. So, who do you have winning the All-English Club tournament at Wimbledon this year? I hear this guy by the name of Roland Garros. He's starting to think about clay courts in France. The French. I think I have it. And... wait, I may be down to 7 lives.
Can you fix that?
No. So, let's hope that the spare key is in there.
What do you see?
I see papers, I see ledgers, I see envelopes.
You see a key?
That's just loose change. I do not. But there's something in this envelope.
Open it quick before Charles gets back.
Actually, we have plenty of time. I may have overheard Charles. He's out dilly-dallying with the locals.
How do you know?
I overheard a conversation. And now that I think about it, I may have just solved a mystery.
Who cut the lady?
What happened to my sandwich? Okay, we have
What's in the envelope?
a grocery bill.
A grocery bill?
There's a picture of some old lady.
My Aunt Anne!
A silver spoon with engraving on it.
That was my grandfather's. I didn't even know it was missing.
And we have a brooch in the shape of the bell from the clock tower of London.
My brooch. Wait, all of these things have been here the whole time? How could I put them there? I don't have a key.
Well, somebody must have put them there on purpose.
Can't be. The only one who has a key is Charles.
The plot unthickens.
Why would Charles have put all of these things in here and then accuse me for forgetting where I put them?
Well, I suppose we could ask him. Actually, you know, I think I'm going to be hiding in the corner.
That was not nearly long enough.
I'm tired, Mary. It'll have to do.
You know, we could still continue to have fun and go get a drink.
Yes, that's why we came back. I need to get a bit of... Who did this? You did this!
I did not!
Why did you break into my desk, Elizabeth?
Why is the grocery bill in the desk, Charles?
What grocery bill?
This grocery bill! And my photo of my Aunt Anne! And my grandfather's spoon! And my wedding brooch!
Why'd you put all those things in there, Elizabeth?
How could I? I don't have a key!
Well, clearly you do have a key, otherwise you wouldn't have been able to break into it.
Are you seriously accusing me of putting all of these things in your locked desk and then frantically searching for them, tearing out my hair till I was at my wit's end?
Perhaps you were only pretending to look for them. Perhaps you knew all along where they were.
To what end, Charles? Why are you doing this? Why are you making me think I'm going crazy?
Elizabeth, please calm down. You aren't feeling well.
I'm feeling fine. Tell me, Charles, tell me!
Do not talk to Charles like that.
Your lipstick is smeared, dearie. I suspect I shall find the companion smear somewhere on my husband.
Are you accusing me of...
No, I'm accusing him!
Enough! Enough games! Where are the diamonds?
What diamonds?
grandfather's diamonds. Where are they?
She had the diamonds all along?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Hand over the diamonds.
Stay out of this.
Where are the diamonds, Elizabeth?
I don't know.
Where are they?
Is everybody here aware that there's a perfectly good sandwich in the rubbish?
Who are you?
He's the guy that plays with marbles.
You know him?
He knows something about the diamonds.
Where are the diamonds?
The diamonds hidden by the dead lady?
Yeah.
What dead lady?
Oh, the granddaughter of Lord Elgin. She received the diamonds after the sale of the marbles to the British Museum.
Oh, Charles took me there the first time
That's
after...
enough, Mary.
No, Charles. Tell us more, Mary, about you, Charles.
He needed me. You were going crazy. You thought there were ghosts in the attic.
Ghosts in the attic. Say, Charles, did the poltergeist ever find what he was looking for?
Where are the diamonds?
You gave them to Elizabeth.
I did no such thing.
Oh,
He has never given me diamonds.
I must be mistaken.
Where are they? You have till count of 3 to produce those diamonds. 1, 2. Those aren't
My
the
brooch.
It's hideous.
They could be the diamonds. Elizabeth, if you'll hold on to that. And, excuse me, Charles. You'll take this screwdriver and see what you can do to the back of that. Maybe pry it off.
I never noticed there was a little clasp here that opens into a little compartment that has...
Oh my. The diamonds are in that beautiful brooch?
That's impossible.
Tell her where you got the brooch, Charles.
It doesn't
Yes,
matter.
Charles. This came from a dead lady?
It doesn't matter. Hand them over to me and we all walk out of here alive.
Oh, I don't think that's very likely, is it, Charles? After all, haven't you already killed somebody in this very room?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, let me refresh your memory. Your first wife, Diana, Elizabeth's aunt.
My aunt? I thought the name was just a coincidence.
No. Charles married your aunt after, well, let's do this. Charles married Diana, we think for the money. And then after so many years, he realized that he wasn't going to be able to, she wasn't going to produce the diamonds, and so, how do I say this? He encouraged her voyage to the afterlife.
You killed my aunt?
That is not cool, dude.
So, after he killed your aunt, he then scoured the house looking for the diamonds, but he didn't find them. He took everything that was of value, and then he left the city. But then he realized, maybe the diamonds have to still be in the house, so he contrived a plan to get back inside the house.
By marrying me.
Yes, by marrying you. And so he came back in the house, and he knew that the diamonds weren't on the bottom floor, so the only place left to look was...
The attic! Ooh, this is getting interesting.
Right, and so for the past several weeks, we have been watching Charles leave the house at the same time. He goes around the corner, comes up the fire escape, climbs through the window, where he then moves around the furniture looking for...
And makes all those noises!
Yes, all of that is true, but it doesn't matter now. I have the diamonds.
No, you don't. You gave them to me as a wedding present.
Ooh,
These diamonds are mine.
yes, that's pretty awkward there, Charles. You gave your second wife your first wife's brooch, not realizing that the brooch is where the diamonds were hidden the whole time.
I want you to leave this house, Charles. Leave and never come back! Take your floozy with you.
Now, hold on. This doesn't have to change our relationship. I mean, hey, we could split the diamonds and live together as loving sisters.
Hello? Is everybody forgetting that I have the gun? Line up over here! Line up over here right now!
Detective Webb, now would be a great time for you to pull out your own gun.
Yes, it would. But I only had so much room in my pockets, and I had to choose between a gun and the banana, and see...
And you chose the banana.
Well, yes, in hindsight, it was a poor choice, so, I mean...
I told you guys to line up over here, and if I don't get those diamonds soon, I will start shooting!
Charles, I thought that you and I, that we would be together and...
Forget it, Mary. He's only interested in one thing.
Sorry, Mary. Now, Elizabeth, if you would be so kind.
Detective Webb, what should I do?
Well, I always do exactly what the person holding the gun to my head tells me to do.
Freeze! Slime bag. Now, lower the gun very slowly, or else I will add an extra orifice in your skull.
Victoria? How, but how, you...
Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce to everybody Victoria Baker, Lieutenant, the 2nd Precinct, Scotland Yard, my assistant.
Partner,
Tomato, tomato.
I have the gun.
Partner.
I don't understand.
Let me explain.
No. About a month ago, Detective Webb was telling me about some of his old case files. When he told me about the Diana Elgin case, it got me thinking about where the diamonds could be. So we came over here to the house one evening and saw your husband leave to the front door and go up the fire escape. We watched him do that several evenings in a row. So, to get a better idea of what was happening, I posed as a maid, answered your ad, and got an inside look.
It was my idea.
But you never found the diamonds either?
No, but I wasn't looking for them. I was more worried about what Charles was doing to you. I figured he had an endgame ready to go when he eventually found the jewels.
His endgame was apparently going to be to end my life!
But we stopped him.
Why didn't I know about my great-grandfather?
Oh, that's an easy
No. We figured that your mother kept you in the dark on purpose. She was a bit of an outcast of the family, as you know, and when you inherited the house through the family, she intentionally edited the family history. It helped that Charles scoured the house of any valuables and photos before he left.
I have always wondered why I've never seen a photo of my Aunt Diana and her husband.
She was beautiful.
And then you killed her!
Charles, you are under arrest. Lieutenant Baker, if you'd be so kind as to escort him outside. I believe I heard the wagon pull up not too long ago.
With pleasure. Move.
Now we want to get those diamonds into a safe space, and as your ward, I can help you spin them, and...
Mary,
Yes?
you are no longer welcome in this house. Please pack all of your things and be out of here in 1 hour.
But Elizabeth, where will I go? What will I do?
I believe your friend William has a very well-endowed checkbook. Goodbye, Mary. Oh, Detective, thank you so much for all of this. I suppose Scotland Yard will want these diamonds as evidence?
Diamonds? Never saw them. We have enough evidence to put Charles away for a very long time. I might suggest you put them somewhere safe, somewhere you will remember.
Oh, I know just the place. I will put them right there.
No, I don't want to know. So, well, it appears that your ghosts have fled, Elizabeth. Good night. I'll see myself out.
Good night, Detective.
Oh, Lieutenant, all's well that ends well, eh?
Yes, but there is another crime about to be committed this evening.
No, we found the diamonds. We captured the criminal. He's now going to jail. We kicked out the mooching ward. What's the worst that can happen?
Let's talk about you ordering me to make you a sandwich.
Yeah, see, I was in character, so...
And now, there are no witnesses around.
I like the second one better.
Second one? Fantastic.
I had a couple of missed notes, but it was better.
All right. Second one.